Well, hi, I'm here with the Pepperstone team at the start of the Big Bash League. This is our second year in partnership with the Adelaide Strikers, and I'm here at the magnificent Adelaide Oval. A couple of new players to really bolster the team. We've got Jamie Overton, straight off the boat from the UK, and we've got Darcy Short, who's a legend in the game of 2020 in Australia. We thought we'd come here today just to meet the players, see how they're tracking, how the team's coming together ahead of what's going to be a very exciting season. And of course, Pepperstone very, very proud to be in partnership with the Strikers this year. It's going to be a bit of fun today. Well, I've come down with the Pepperstone crew to the Adelaide Oval to see the Adelaide Strikers in action as we gear up for the new season. We've got Jamie and Darcy in the nets. I'm going to have a bit of fun with them. Let's take it away.
Let's see if we can predict this market. The markets are fast-paced. What can you do with this fast ball?
Markets are crazy, but let's put Westy into a spin.
Fair play, mate. It's one of those things, you know, like you get used to the ball. Yeah. I haven't batted for 25 years, so.
Let's see if Westy can see me going long or short.
Bring it, bring it.
Go on now. Getting warmed up. Right out, mate.
Yeah. So Jamie, you've just stepped off the boat, literally.
Yeah. Literally, yeah.
You're looking pretty good. Obviously getting in the nets with Darcy at the moment, you've had a chance, I'm sure, to meet the full team, the Strikers, and maybe have a play in the nets. But how are you feeling the team is coming together ahead of the start of the season?
Yeah, feeling good. We had a good session last night under lights here. Yeah, it's everyone looks good. Felt a bit rusty at times, but that's just first time out of grass for 2 or 3 months from back home. Yeah. But yeah, that'll be fine by the time Saturday comes around, and yeah, ready for the first game.
Question. Yeah, if you see the markets going against, financial markets going against you, like there's a process. You know when to stay out, you know how to turn it around, and you know where your edge is, and you work that edge. You as an individual, you're a leader in the attack, yeah, and you've got your captain as well. But when 2020 is going against you, or the short form game's going against you, how do you personally step up and use your influence to sort of pick the whole team up and turn things around?
I think it's just trying to almost just keep going, just try and spat yourself. Like, things don't always go your way. You can bowl a perfect ball, you can predict the perfect thing to happen, and then the batter at the other end can just hit an amazing shot and just goes, or he edges it for 4, and you just can't do anything about it. So you just got to sort of take pinch of salt with it, and just try and crack on, and just try and execute what you want to execute. And if it happens, if it works for you that day, it works for you that day. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Start a new season, bringing in a legend of a batter, legend of a bowler. Start the season. Last year didn't make the playoffs. This year hoping to do so. Do you think you're the missing link, the edge to bring us forward?
I don't know. Hopefully, I'd like to think so. Like, I've had a good record in the last few years back home, so yeah, I'd like to think I've been contributed to the side, and yeah, hopefully we get a few wins and get us to the final.
Good stuff. Let's see some more bowling playing too. You bowled me a couple of crackers and made me look silly, which is perfectly normal. But you know, obviously, you've been in the Big Bash League for many years. One of the pioneers, scored a lot of runs. How are you feeling about your own personal contribution, about fitting into the team? It's been a short window to get into the league again. But how are you feeling personally? Are you feeling like you're going to bring home the bacon this year? You're going to make that big contribution to the team to get them into the playoffs and hopefully some good times this year?
Hopefully. I feel like I'm hitting the ball as well as I ever have. Had a good pre-season in terms of being in WA and that. And yeah, I just feel like coming over here has been seamless. First time here with the boys, I feel like I've been here for a couple of years and it's fitted in real well.
That's good to hear. And I had the privilege with a few other people to go and have a look at, well, not quite look at the wicket, but we were pretty close to the wicket and we saw the outfield. I feel like it's looking like it's a great wicket, but you're the batsman, you're the professional. How are you feeling about the Adelaide wicket and your ability to score runs on that this year?
I think that was part of the reason why it was so easy for me to sign a contract to come here. It's one of the best batting wickets in Australia, and you speak to any batsman, they always love coming to Adelaide Oval to bat, and yeah, if you don't score runs, it feels like you've missed out on a good opportunity. But yeah, I'm just confident and ready to come and try and get us into the finals.
Good stuff. And a couple more questions. Yeah, I think cricket's obviously about personal achievement and your personal contribution and finding that rhythm at the crease, but it's also about partnerships and building partnerships. I mean, I don't want to say that you prefer any one single person, but when you were coming to the club, is there someone that you always said, I think I'm going to gel really well and we're going to create some really good partnerships at the crease? Yeah,
I'm excited to, I guess, bat with my other companion in Matt Short, and then obviously Chris Lynn. I've played a bit of international cricket with Linny, and yeah, I've always got along well with him. So with those two, I think I'm really keen to obviously play in the middle and get a few games in. Good
stuff. One last question. From a personal perspective, who are you really looking forward to being bowled to? Who are you looking to bat against and score some runs against on the other teams? I know you're probably going to point directly at them and they're going to come at you as a result.
Yeah, well, I guess every team's good, but I always love playing against the Scorchers and I guess doing well against them. Yeah. I guess they're the team that I've always played with during the year normally, outside of Big Bash. And then obviously I'm really keen to go against the Hurricanes. I think it's going to be a good match-up and yeah, it's going to be fun.
Well, this is the second year with Pepperstone as a partner with the Strikers. We're really proud and we're hoping you guys do really well, and we're looking forward to getting some of the games and seeing you knock a few runs and a few sixes around the park. So yeah, good luck.
Cheers, thank you.
We finished up in the nets. I think Jamie was bowling the ball at half pace and maybe looked pretty silly. Barely saw the ball coming past them, but it's going to be a great season for them. They're clearly unwinding, they're hitting the ball very nicely. And they're bowling pretty well, so it's going to be a good season for them. I think it's a good time now to head back to the Adelaide Oval and pick their brains and sit down a bit more formally and find out a little bit more about them. Big firepower coming into the Adelaide Strikers this year. It's going to be a fantastic season, and why not a better situation right now just to get to know the players ahead of the season and ahead of the first game in the week ahead. And so I'm going to go rapid fire questions. Speak your mind, speak freely, and let's see where this goes. Have a bit of fun with this one. All right, I'll start with you, Jamie. Favourite venue in the world to play cricket? Or where would be the best venue?
I would say everyone wants to play at Lord's. In England, it's just the home of cricket, but I quite enjoy either playing. Well, I've not played here, but looking forward to playing here at the Adelaide Oval or the Kia Oval in Surrey is my home ground. Three of the best grounds in the world, so you can't really compete with any of those.
Yourself, Darcy?
Myself. I really enjoy playing at the MCG. I think it's just something that, I guess, growing up as a kid, always wanted to play Boxing Day, but being able to play Big Bash games there, I think it's great. But then, obviously, also Kia Oval as well. I've never played a full game at the Kia Oval. It's always been rain affected, but okay. I'd like to get a full game in there.
Good stuff. When I was growing up, I'm a lefty. Neil Fairbrother was one of my early guys. Who was your cricket idol when you were growing up?
Say Andrew Flintoff. I sort of grew up watching the 2005 Ashes back home. That sort of got the bug for everyone in England. Watching him run in and take, I don't know how many wickets he got, but loads of wickets in that series and just whacking the ball at the park, that sort of got me into cricket. And yeah, that would be my earliest memory.
Yeah. Yourself, Darcy?
I grew up idolising Andrew Simons, actually.
Yeah.
Just loved the way he went about the game, always aggressive with the bat.
Fellow Pom.
fellow Pom apparently for Overton. But yeah, no, I just always enjoyed the way he went about it. Always high energy in the field.
Yeah, good stuff. Jeff Thompson springs to mind, but I'll start with you. Scariest, and obviously you face a lot of bowlers, but who do you think would be the scariest bowler in the world historically, going back in time? Who would you least like to face?
I think Shoaib Akhtar would be one that I wouldn't like to face.
Yeah.
Going back in time.
Why, just speed or just inaccuracy?
Just speed and just the way he carried himself and presented himself. I think he was quite intimidating on the field when you watch him play. And yeah, I think he's one that I wouldn't like to face.
Yeah. Yourself?
Probably Sean Tate. I think he's a local boy to here, so. But yeah, when he sort of burst into the scene, just brought absolute thunderbolts, I think I'd rather face that. Not really for me, thanks.
Yeah, I can understand. If you weren't a pro cricket player, what sport, if you had to be another professional athlete, what sport would it be?
I think I'd try my hand at baseball.
Baseball? Okay.
Yeah, yep.
You, Jamie?
I'd like to be a golfer or an American football player. I think if I grew up in the States, it would have definitely been American football. I feel like I've got the size and the build for it, but take a bit of learning, I reckon.
You could make a good second rower as well.
Nah, I didn't really like rugby that much. Played it a little bit, but yeah, wasn't really my favourite thing. Played in the backs.
Talking about that, you played for England against New Zealand. You got 97, which
Yeah.
I'm not sure why you couldn't make it to 100. But you got 2 wickets in the process. You haven't come back into the national scene. Maybe we'll get a nice platform through the BBL to get into that space. How do you think England would have fared on the white ball and the red ball in recent competitions had you been playing?
I don't know. It's one of those you like to think I would have gone well, but this international cricket, it's not easy, and like you've just got to try and do your best when you get there, and see how things go really.
Well, hopefully the selectors are watching you from afar around the other side of the world. There's plenty of other great English players for them to look at. I'm going to move on because I'm not going to get you to comment on his performances in England. But in trading, for me, it's really about creating a process. Doing the same thing over again, finding the right setups and exploiting it and working your edge and having trying to remove emotion and. Similar to cricket, I guess you're making sure you're taking the right shots and leaving the ones that you need to leave. But ultimately, you're creating this process and staying unemotional, and that time in the market will ultimately lead to a more prosperous future in terms of your trading results and your equity curve and bits and pieces. Darcy, I'll start with you. Obviously, you're a batsman. In terms of staying unemotional, staying disciplined, and getting that time in the crease, what is your edge? How do you think about that from a psychological perspective?
It's quite hard sometimes during a big bash game when it's the crowd's going and I guess your adrenaline's going early in a game. I think it's just knowing that you trust your process in training. You get to work on your game a lot in training and work through those processes, and I guess it's just when you get out in the middle, trusting that, and I guess just playing the game as it comes.
Yeah. On the psychological perspective, being a bowler, if you've got a situation where you have a bad spell, you're bowling, bowling some wides, it's just not going your way. How do you get yourself back on track? How do you get that positive expectancy that you want?
I think it's one of those it's probably a bit easier as a bowler. If you have a bad over, you can just get taken off and you can just forget about it. As a batter, if you have a bad ball, you're out and you've got no second chance. So I think bowling-wise it's slightly easier, but you still obviously got those past memories of what's happened before. So it's just it's just trying to almost just take it back to the process of thinking what you've been doing in practice and just trying to keep it as simple as possible and not try to do too many things.
Okay, cool. We're going to go a little bit off-piste. You won't know the answer to this one, but this was a question from one of the colleagues at work. Have you ever seen the Bluey Cricket episode? And if so, did you cry?
Yes, I have watched the Bluey episode, and yes, I did cry. I just think it's a great, as a Aussie growing up playing cricket in the backyard, it's actually pretty close to what it's like playing with your friends or your family and stuff like that. So I think, it's something that's definitely pulled the heartstrings, and if I watch it again, I'll probably cry again, to be honest.
Okay. One for you to watch and you
I have to watch out for it, yeah.
Have you ever worn Crocs in public?
No.
Yes. Mine also have wool inside them, so.
Okay. You're in America. You're now in death row. I'm guessing the use of a cricket bat may have come into the situation. You've got your last meal. What is your last meal?
Oh, so much to choose from. I'd say cottage pie would be my favourite. Back home, yeah, it's just the traditional English sort of pub sort of meal. Would be quite nice.
Well, I'm actually going my local butcher's chicken Kievs. They're amazing. You'll go?
I'm going to have to go a big tomahawk steak with chips, just to finish it off.
You're only just landed, so you probably don't know the answer to this one. Vegemite or Marmite?
Neither, don't like either.
Darcy?
Yeah, not really my sort of thing.
Vegemite.
Okay.
Every day of the week.
Yep. And last one, where would your bat be if you left your crease and Alex Carey was behind wicket keeping?
It would be firmly in the crease, but personally I don't have a problem with what happened. It's just like lazy batting, lazy thinking. But yeah, I certainly wouldn't be leaving my crease that too early.
My bat and feet would be in my crease.
Yeah, great stuff. Well, from Pepperstone, we hope you have a fantastic season and take home the prize this year, bring home the bacon. And yeah, obviously really looking forward to watching you guys come down and yeah, obviously great season ahead and join the women's team as well and taking back-to-backs there. So well done, guys. And
Cheers. Thank you.
Good luck for the season.
Cheers, thank you.